So what do you guys think? I want to take 3x squared minus 4 and move it up. What did I say? Up how many?
Up
Up 2 and
to left 3.
left 3. Everybody figure out what that would be. What if I can type that in here?
We're changing the original red one, right? We're not changing the blue one.
Right, the blue one is,
It changed already, yeah.
yeah, so ignore the blue one. We'll do that. So I want to do up to left 3. What would that be? So has anyone written it down? They think it would be? Write down what you think it should be. Here's my original equation, 3x squared minus 4. Do you guys all have phones?
Yeah.
Get out your phone and go to, can you guys go to Desmos? And try it? Just type in Desmos on your, mine comes with Desmos graphing calculator.
They also have an app.
Oh, they do? Nice. Desmos graphing calculator?
Sign up.
You don't have to sign up, just go to Desmos graphing calculator, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I think you should be able to just put it in.
Too much.
And you can try it out. What do you guys think I should do? Type in what you think. The y equals part will already come in there. And check your answer to see if your answer is right. Up to left 3. So I'm going to have a 3, parentheses, something in parentheses squared, minus 4, and then something else. What should go inside the parentheses? X plus 3. Good. All right, so then, and what should go on after the negative 4 at the end?
Plus 2.
Plus 2. All right, good. So I went left 3 and up 2. Everybody okay with this one part so far? So we're going to do some more. You'll be doing a whole bunch of homeworks like this to help you practice. So if it's a little bit fuzzy now, that's okay. We're going to get some practice. But I'm going to write this out in big print so you guys see it. Vertical shift is on the outside of the equation. Horizontal shift is inside with X. Right? So my vertical shift is on the outside. So I just tack it on to the end of the equation, on the outside of the equation. I tack it on here. The horizontal shift is inside, right where X is. And because it's right where X is, it's because it's on the same side as X, it's the opposite sign. So the vertical shift would go here. This one goes right inside. So on your handout, I'd write that down right somewhere on your notes, on your horizontal translation notes. Here we go. So somewhere big in here, and I'd say maybe you can write on the front if you want. That's a good spot. It's actually a pretty good spot to write it. Or you can write it at the top of of page 42 where it says 42 out of 6. You can write it there as well. It's another good spot to write it. Either way. But those are things. So I'm going to always ask you, so here's the idea. Vertical shift, up and down shift is on the what? The inside or the outside?
Outside.
Outside. Horizontal shift is where? It's on the inside, right where X is. So right inside where X is, that's where it is. Remember, it's going to be the opposite inside because it's with X. All right, so let's go back and do some practice. So this one, number 1 at the very bottom. I'll do a similar one. If f of x is equal to 3 minus 4x, then my shift, I'm going to shift 2 to the right. I would do g of x is equal to 3, giant parentheses, oh sorry, no, that's on x. When I see an x, I do a giant parentheses. Here's my x. What goes outside the parentheses? X right means minus.
Yep.
So 2 to the right, minus 2. Okay, you guys do A. We'll call it something else, g of x equals, give me a little wave when you're done. Good? Okay, so you can write everything out just like it is, only it's on the inside. So when you see x, you're going to put a giant parentheses. I see an x, so I'm just going along here. 4 minus 5, no problem. And then I see an x, so you can put a giant parentheses. And what goes inside of there? X, what? Right 3 is minus 3. Good? Is that what everybody got? All right, next one.
So we don't do,
Oh, simplifying?
yeah, minus 1, like, so g of x equals -1, you know, because negative,
Oh, you
4
mean-
minus 5 is -1, right?
No, 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 no,
No.
no. Okay, so what happens first? Order of operations. What happens first? Parentheses. And then what? And then multiplication. And then exponents, which we don't have any. But multiplication, that 5, is anything happening to the 5? It's being multiplied by what? By x minus 3. So multiplication takes a higher precedence than addition, subtraction, addition and subtraction. So we can't, that 5 is not free. It can't be subtracting from 4 because it's not free, it's being multiplied. Multiplication comes first. So I like to think of, I don't like PEMDAS because it makes people think that multiplication comes before. I guess now's not a bad time to discuss this. Okay, so PEM, this is why I hate PEMDAS. Everybody thinks that it goes parentheses, exponent, multiplication, then division, then addition, then subtraction. Not realizing these guys are really together. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, 8 divided by 4 times 2. And what they'll do is they'll do this part first. So they'll get 8 divided by 8, which is 1. But really it should be done in order. So it should be 8 divided by 4, which is 2, times 2, which is 4. So this is correct. This is not correct. That's why I hate PEMDAS.
No, when we last taught it, they put parentheses around the show that. But that's
Well, I like just looking at beds, because when we're doing math, sometimes we'd rather just be in bed, right? So think of your beds. So beds, brackets first, so those first parentheses, right? And then exponents. And then division, but you know division has to go with, it's not by itself, so it's division multiplication. And then subtraction. Which goes with addition. Because honestly, if you did all your divisions first, and then your multiplications, you'd be fine, because multiplication, you can do in any order. So you're always fine doing your divisions first before your multiplications, and you're always fine doing subtractions first before your additions, because of the commutative and associative properties they have, that multiplication and addition have. So that's my 2 cents on that one. But you're right, you could put parentheses around it instead, and that would also work. If people remember that. But the problem is once you learn it, it's hard to unlearn it, right? Okay, good. So the next one, shifted left 1 unit. So it's just what you think it is. G of x equals this. Oh, actually, maybe we should simplify this. So should we simplify this? Yes, we could totally simplify that. So we get 4 minus 5x. Negative 5 times negative 3 is plus 15. And then can I combine like terms? Thoughts?
you do 15 plus 4.
Yep, 15 and 4, so I end up with 19. Let me erase this, I guess. 19 minus 5x. Or negative 5x plus 19, either way. Okay, so then the next one, g of x equals, what do you guys think? I'm going to put these guys up inside, right where x is, I'm going to put a parentheses, and I'm going to write in there what? Everybody do it. 15 seconds. What goes inside of there? Don't say it yet. Everyone write it in. 5 more seconds, write it in. Left one should be what? What are you putting inside here? X plus 1. Good?
I thought
Yeah.
you never mess with absolute value.
You don't. So that's the thing. It's an absolute value. We're shifting. So since we're shifting, we're putting it right inside. So this is a new function. So you can't mess with absolute values. It's a really good point. You can't mess with them. So we can't take this and put it outside. It's got to stay inside. But this parentheses, is there anything acting on the parentheses? Is it being raised to a power, or is it being multiplied in front? No, so I can remove the parentheses. Right, so then it just becomes this. Absolute value of x plus 1. Done. And like Eric said, you can't mess with these absolute value signs, so we're done. That's it. No more. Good? Okay. Next one, we're shifting. So the reason why we're putting it inside here, Eric, is because this is a new function. We're shifting that function. So we're replacing x with x plus 1. So this one, we're shifting it right 2 units. So everybody give it a shot. What do you think? G of x equals So right inside where x is, you're gonna put a parentheses, and you're gonna put in what?
X minus two.
X minus 2. So since it's in parentheses, you know the whole thing is underneath the square root. So if I simplify this, I'll get, is there anything acting on that parentheses? So is there anything, is it being raised to a power? Or is it being, how does it be multiplied in front? No, so I can remove it. So it becomes square root of x minus 2. Everybody all right with that part? This is not the same as this. Here, the minus 2 is on the outside. Everybody got this? So this is shifting it, it's on the outside of the function, then it's up, down. This is shifting it what?
Vertical.
Yeah, how much? 2 down. Does everybody with me in this part? This means 2 down. It's on the outside. Good? This is down 2. All right. So your next thing is, we're going to the next page, I think it is. Is that right?
Well, what about number 2?
Oh.
The symbolic expression.
I think that connects to 2A and 2B.
Oh, is
Yeah, sorry, that's the instructions for the next page.
it? Okay.
Yeah. So this is the instructions. You go to the next page. Here's the, what you're supposed to do. So I want you to write the symbolic expression. So here we have f of x equals 1/2 x minus 1. Shift it to left. Write it in here. And you know what? I actually don't care about, well, all right. So we'll do it like this. So do the same thing like we did for the y shift. So everyone do the first part. G of x equals what? Right here. And again, rewrite the whole function just like you would, only instead of x, put a giant parentheses and then replace it. X minus something or x plus something. Okay, has everybody done that? And when you're done with that, pick 3 points on here that are on grid marks. So I'll pick these 3 because they're right on grid points. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? They hit grid marks. What's 4? I think I'll do 4th one. And we're going left 2. So I'm going to rewrite each one of those left 2 units. Ooh, here's a great spot. All right, so we'll do this by, who has an answer for me for the first, for this first pun? Who has that done? Done. What color pen do you want?
Orange.
Orange. Color pen do you want?
Green.
Green. Color pen do you want? Blue. Color pen do you want? Purple. Are you done? Use it. Help us done with that first part. Writing that first function.
Oh, yeah,
What color pen do you want?
orange.
Orange. I still have more orange. I have a second round it up so like you can't get orange again. So there's a little tip on it you gotta pull off, the little pink part. Who else is done? Are you done with writing yours out? Did you write your function out? Oh, you gotta write it with parentheses instead of the x. Big giant parentheses with the x's. What color pen do you want?
Green.
Green. There you go. Big giant parentheses where the x is. What color pen do you want? Pink. What color pen do you want? What color pen do you want?
Blue.
Big giant parentheses where the x is. Okay, so now with your colored pen, okay, so first of all, you guys have written 1/2, giant parentheses where the x is, minus 1. Has everybody done that?
Yeah.
Okay, then figure out what goes inside of the parentheses. What goes inside of the parentheses? X something, right? So it should be X what? If we're going to go left 2, it should be X plus 2. Right? If it was right 2, it'd be X minus 2. But since it's left 2, it's X plus 2. Goes right inside there. All right, good. So now here's our function. Make your 4 dots on grid marks with your pen, with your regular pencil. Now with your colored pen, I want you to mark in 2 to the left. Okay, I'm here, I'm going to go 2 to the left. Here I'm going to go 2 to the left. Here I'm going to go 2 to the left. Here I'm going to go 2 to the left. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? So take each of your points, right, this one went to that spot. So mark in your 2 to the left ones, and then write them in your table. So what are those? I mean, it's a little bit weird when it's a line, because it looks like it could also be up 1, and strangely, they are the same. So this is, what is that point? -4, -2. Because this is -2, -2. This one is 0, -1. This is 2, 0, and this is 4, 1. So all my x's just become 2 less. 2 less. -2, -1. 0, 0, 0, 0. That's easy. And 2, 1. Everybody okay with that part so far? So it's kind of nice now you guys have a colored pen. You can kind of have 2 different colors. You can have your regular pencil color and this color, so it kind of gives you some contrast. All right, so let's go ahead. So what you guys may have noticed is said, hey, look, that looks the same as if my line just went up 1, right? Let's go ahead and let's clean up this function we did here. So we have 1/2 times x, 1/2 times 2. What do I get if I do that? 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. Yep, 1/2 times 2 is +1, -1. And combine like terms. Right, those two are like terms. If I combine them, I'll get 1/2 x. Okay, so here's the deal. If I took the top one, f of x equals 1/2 x minus 1, and I want to shift up 1, what would I do?
You would add 1.
Add 1 to the end of it. If I